Hannah, I just wanted to let you know that my mom is really upset over what happened at the funeral earlier.
Wait, what? Is she mad at me? Well, that's not fair. I didn't even do anything.
What are you talking about? You weren't helping anyone while we were setting up. Not only that, but when people began to show up, you weren't talking to anyone at all.
Well, I'm sorry, okay? I just don't feel great is all.
Well, if that was the case, then I wish you would have said something about it to any of us at any point.
I said I'm sorry, okay? Jeez.
Well, you need to do more than just apologize with your words. Show that you mean it with your actions. Because if you don't, then I'm the one that has to hear about it from Mom later on, okay?
Okay. I really am sorry. I didn't mean to make Mom gripe to you all the time.
And you know what the craziest thing is? My mom is one of the nicest and kindest people, and yet you're one of the few individuals I have seen who is able to make her angry.
I really am sorry, okay, Lars? You know that I really do want her to like me, right?
And I'm sure that the day when she comes around to you is going to come very soon now. But it's only been a year since we've been married. And yet even then, every single time you and my mom have been together, she has a comment for you.
I think it's because I'm always apologizing. I think a lot of people in my life have told me to get rid of that bad habit.
Well, I don't mind it all that much. I guess I would rather that than someone who never apologizes for anything. You know, there are these women in my office who are always talking so loudly with each other and laughing so the whole office can hear it, and it really does drive me nuts.
I guess I forget that you have to deal with your own problems at the office as well, huh?
Well, I don't complain too often, but it's true. You know, you really are lucky to have married me. Now you get to stay home instead of being at work and having to deal with those women. Huh. I mean, the only reason they're still in the office at all is because no one has married them yet. So you should consider yourself lucky that you're a housewife.
You really think housewives have it that easy, do you?
Well, just think about it. How many women these days even get to be housewives anymore? It's a luxury that's fading fast, you know?
Well, anyways, I'm going to get back to studying, I guess.
Sure thing. But just don't get any funny ideas, okay? Because if there's one thing I can't stand, it's a chick who thinks she knows a thing or two about something.
Right, I'll be sure. Study, but not learn.
That's the spirit. You know what's great about you, Hannah? You're obedient. You're just following along, and I think that's great. Hey, maybe if you just always did what others told you to, then my mom might actually end up liking you.
I guess there's really no reason why I should give up trying to get to know her better.
You really feel that? Even though she's twice as strict with you than she is with anyone else?
But what else can I do? If I don't get close to her, then we'll just never get along. I have to do something.
Well, I'm just saying that I wouldn't blame you if you wanted to give up at this point.
Wait, what? What do you mean by that? What do you mean, give up?
I mean, just like, give up trying to be friends with my parents and relatives and all.
But won't they all start to talk about you or scold you at family gatherings?
I'm sure they'll get over it. I'm not that worried. Besides, I'm sure they might not even notice that you weren't there at some of these family gatherings, you know?
You really think your family wouldn't care if I just dropped off the map like that?
Pretty much. And it seems like the best move if you really want to avoid them as much as you've been saying. Like, why bother putting yourself in the position where you'll have to deal with them?
Well, it's not like I have a problem with all of your family. Or do they all just secretly have problems with me?
Well, it's kind of hard to like a downer of a wife who can barely make eye contact when she speaks to people. I just don't think you have many fans among my family.
Well, I guess that I just never knew that is all.
Are you telling me that you really need me to spell this all out for you? Well, there. Now you know the truth. I hope it helps. But surely you could have guessed that if my mom doesn't like you, then no one in my family would like you.
You're right. I don't know how I didn't realize that before.
Well, anyways, it's about that time that I should be heading back to work now. I was thinking we could do some kind of roast for dinner. I'm sure you'll figure that out. Glad we could have this talk.
A roast. Sure. I'll get right on that. Have a good rest of your day, Lars.
2 weeks later. Hey, Hannah. I just wanted to let you know that my boss just told me I'm going to have to work overtime today. So don't bother making any dinner for me, okay? Just for yourself tonight.
Oh, really? Shoot, I already started cooking dinner, though. You could just have some of this when you get home, if that's alright.
Nah, I'm gonna have dinner here at the office. I don't need any of the food that you're cooking. You know, I hate eating food that's been left out for a few hours.
Right. I'm really, really sorry, Lars. I can make you something from scratch when you get home if you'd like that instead. What time do you think that you'll be back from work tonight?
I'm probably not gonna be back from work until around 11 tonight.
Okay then, just tell me when you've left the office. That, and I have one last little favor to ask of you.
You have a favor to ask of me? Well, what is it?
Well, the thing is that my parents messaged me and asked if I would go out and visit them for a little while.
Yeah, but your parents live really, really far away, don't they?
They do, and I would probably be going to stay with them for a few days at least. I mean, it's already been a whole year since I last got to see them, you know?
You're gonna stay with your parents for 3 whole days? But then who's gonna cook for me on those days?
Maybe you can ask your mom to come and stay with you for that time that I'm gone?
And you really think that's gonna go well for you when my mom already hates your guts?
Okay, then, you don't have to invite your mom. Maybe you can just have something delivered or something like that?
So you mean that you expect me to eat food cooked for me by some stranger who could put anything into my order? You really have some nerve. Do you know that?
I'm sorry, Lars. I didn't know that this would inconvenience you so much.
Besides, what I really want to know is this. You and I have been married for a whole year and my mom still doesn't approve of you. Now, are you really going to be able to go back to your parents after all this time just to inform them of that? Do you really think that is what they'll want to hear?
But it's my dad. He's going to have surgery on his hip.
Well, that doesn't sound like it could be fatal to me.
I know, but I just really want to see him before he has to have the surgery.
Hannah, go ahead and leave out whatever food that you were cooking tonight.
Wait, really? You want me to leave it on the stove for you?
That's right. Just leave it out like that for me, okay?
So are you going to eat my cooking when you get back home from work, then?
No, I'm not going to eat it, but I am going to use it.
Right, okay.
As for you going home, sure, why not?
You mean you really don't mind if I do this?
I just have one condition before I say yes. From now on, you're going to have to do whatever I say. Got it?
Hannah, where are you right now?
Oh, hello, Hilda. Is everything okay? What's the matter? I'm just out at the store doing some grocery shopping right now.
You totally forgot to lock the house, Hannah. Don't you know how dangerous that is?
I did? Oh no. Hilda, I'm really, really sorry. I totally forgot.
I think it's much worse than just forgetting, Hannah. I mean, if I didn't come along, your whole house could have been burglarized.
So then you're at my house right now? Is that what you're saying?
Well, when I noticed what you had done, I realized that I had to step in to watch the house, of course.
I'm so sorry you've had to do this for us, Hilda. I don't know what else to say.
There you go, apologizing again. When are you going to learn another trick, huh?
I don't know what you want me to say. I feel like this is all my fault, so I'm just apologizing because of that. But is there a reason why you wanted to come over? Was there something you needed with me?
That's right. I had something that I needed to discuss with you, actually.
Oh, really? You wanted to talk to me about something? What is it that you wanted to talk about?
Well, before I can even get to that with you, we need to talk about something else entirely. I mean, really, what in the world is this, Hannah?
What is it? What did I do now? I don't understand.
Well, I am standing in your kitchen right now, and there's rotting meat and food that looks like it hasn't been touched in days. Did you leave all of this here? You weren't going to try and make Lars eat this, were you?
Wait, but no, of course I wasn't. But that was cooking that I did make for Lars to eat.
You mean that you did actually cook this? Did you have any of this yourself?
Yes, of course I had some of the food.
What are you talking about? You can't really be serious about that.
But I am. Of course I ate some of it. Then I left what I didn't eat there and went to my parents' house.
Hannah, please. Do you really think that I'm actually that stupid?
Of course I don't think that you're stupid. Why would you ask something like that? I'm telling the truth, I swear.
It's fine. You don't have to pretend for me. I know that you hate me. Lars has told me all about how you feel about me. So let's just drop the act and get this over with, okay?
Hold on just a second, Hilda. I mean it when I say that I've done anything to try and belittle you.
But that isn't true. You hate me, and you hate having to spend time with my family, too. It's my voice, isn't it? I know that it sounds horrible. That's why you never want to be in the same room as me, right?
Hilda, please. It really isn't anything like that at all.
But then why were you acting the way that you were at my husband's funeral? You didn't say a word to anyone and hardly even moved. And then when we all got up to get food, you just went to go sit in your car.
Well, that's because I was injured.
Injured? What do you mean by that? You didn't look injured.
Well, it was my ribs. One of them was broken.
Hold on a second. You mean to tell me that you were attending that funeral with a broken rib? Why didn't you say anything?
Well, because I didn't know that it was broken until I went to the hospital the next day.
But how did you even get a broken rib in the first place?
Well, it was your son. It was Lars.
Lars broke your ribs. Is that really true?
Yes, though I understand why you wouldn't want to believe me. But I have texts from around then. Hilda, I don't know how much longer I can keep this up.
You're telling me that my son really did that to you?
He did. I swear to you that I'm telling the truth.
I understand. Well, in that case, you don't have to worry about doing the shopping. In fact, I want you to come back home right now.
But I have to cook something for Lars. If I don't, he'll get really mad at me.
It's okay. You don't have to worry about that anymore. I'm going to help you deal with Lars. Just show me all of the evidence that you have. I think I've been sold a bushel of lies. Let me hear things from your perspective now.
Hey, Hannah. I was just curious when you were going to be coming back here again. Because my mom was telling me about how she is going to set you straight when you get back here. Apparently she's going to teach you a serious lesson. Are you scared? Does it make you nervous? Or are you ready for someone to finally show you how to be a good wife?
You really are just horrible. Do you know that? I really just can't even believe that you're really my son.
Wait, what? What in the world are you talking about? Have you finally lost your mind or something? You got so scared of my mom that now you're just manifesting her?
Oh, there's no manifesting going on here, Lars. It's me. It's your mother.
You really think I'm gonna believe a silly lie like that? Just how stupid do you think I am?
I've already heard everything that's been going on from Hannah.
What are you talking about? You are Hannah.
No. Hannah is sitting right here next to me. And I know all about how you've been tricking us both. You had me believing that Hannah did nothing all day but spend money. You told me that she hated me. And on top of that, you had the gall to hit her. Your own wife.
Is this really you, Mom?
Of course it's really your mom. I am only texting you on Hannah's phone right now. And you have got some serious explaining to do, young man. What in the world do you have to say for yourself?
Wait a second. You mean that you're just taking Hannah's word over mine in this? You know how much of a liar she is. You can't let her trick you like this.
Well, then how do you explain all the marks and bruises on her body, huh? That explains why she's always wearing long-sleeve shirts and pants. She's covering up the marks that you've left her with. Unless you're really going to try and tell me that she did all that to herself.
That's right. That's what it's got to be. Hannah's a total knot. She causes nothing but trouble for those around her.
And just what about those horrible messages that you had sent to her, huh? Or do you have a way to explain away those as well? Because I can clearly see now that you've been lying about Hannah to me this whole time.
But wait. You said that you were going to set Hannah straight. You said you were going to make her less selfish.
Just give it a rest already, Lars. You've been doing all of this so that you could hide what you've been doing to Hannah right under my nose. And you've been lying to me about her so that I keep my distance and don't look too close into what you've been doing. You even told Hannah not to talk to me anymore, isn't that right?
Mom, please. You really do have this all wrong. I'm telling you.
Then tell me how I've got this wrong. Tell me right now. You told me that she was spending all of your money, but how about you prove that to me right now? Do you even have proof of that?
Well, no. Not exactly.
There you go. You can't even prove a single claim that you've made about the poor girl. Not only that, but you left that food on the stove for her to eat. You really thought you could just turn her into your servant after you came back. You're just terrible.
But it's only because she was causing trouble for everyone around her. You have to believe me, Mom. It really was just for her own good.
I did trust you. And all you did was take abuse of my trust and lie to me. Well, I am not going to let you trick me with your lies again. The only one causing trouble for others around here is you, Lars. It's all your fault that Hannah and I have been avoiding one another. You're the reason we think we hate each other. How could you treat your own wife like that? I'm going to make Hannah leave you. She is getting a divorce.
Hold on. You can't be serious about that, right? That decision isn't even up to you.
Well, I'm only telling you what Hannah has told me she wants to do.
There's no way that she would really say that about us.
It doesn't feel so good to be on the other side of this now, does it? But you should know that Hannah isn't nearly as weak as you think. In fact, it's clear she has strength in the way she was able to take all this abuse from you without letting anyone know at all.
Just put her on the phone for me right now. I mean it. I can't talk to you like this, Mom.
What do you want from me, Lars? And just know that I have some things I want to say too.
Hannah, is that really you? You have to come home right away. You can't be with my mom anymore. She's being mean to you over there, right? Working you hard and forcing you to clean the house and all that?
Oh, she is working me hard, but now I don't mind it. It helps to know that we were both tricked about each other.
But, please, you have to know that I was acting the way I was because I wanted to help you. You believe me, right?
You were trying to help me? Is that why you hit me, Lars?
I shouldn't have done that. You're right about that, and I'm very sorry. Well, you know how sometimes I can have a short temper. But you know that I don't actually mean what I do or say when I get like that.
I don't care. I just want a divorce and to end this.
Please don't be like this, Hannah. We can work through this, can't we? There's no point in splitting up. We rely so much on each other.
I just can't do this with you anymore, Lars. It's over. I don't want to be with you any longer. To be honest, you scare me.
Hannah, please. You have to know how sorry I am. I swear that I'll never hit you again. Just please come back to me.
I've heard you say that to me for too many times to trust you now. Can't you see that I'm tired? Although I didn't think I would be this exhausted after just a year into being married. At first, I thought I just wasn't being patient, but now I see that it wasn't my fault at all. It was yours.
But I'm telling you that I'm through hurting you. I promise. I need you.
Well, I don't need you. That's the thing. And I never, ever want to be married to you again. You've hit me, fed me rotten food, insulted me. Why would I stay with you after all that? You've done nothing but make me miserable.
But I can change. I promise I can.
I hope that's true for your sake. But whether you can or not, I won't be there to see. After that, both sets of our parents got involved, and it made it much easier to get a smooth divorce process from Lars. Especially since I couldn't muster the bravery to talk to him face to face. For that, I really need to thank Hilda. She helped tell Lars what I wanted to say and was so patient with me. But without me there for him to hang his anger out on, I heard that Lars' stress only continued to build up until he exploded on a coworker while at work. He was yelling at one of those ladies he mentioned to me a while ago. And though he was only put on a work probation, that didn't last long. I decided to sue Lars for his physical abuse, and after he was arrested and charged for it, his company decided to let him go. Then his parents decided to cut him off and move to a new state. I still keep in touch with Hilda, though. She said that they got a message from Lars once, but she deleted it and blocked his number. As for me, I moved back in with my parents and have slowly been getting over what I'd been through. I am getting better at socializing and trying to trust those around me again. But it isn't easy. A good thing to know is that Lars is never going to come near me again. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.